All right, folks. What Does It Weigh works a little something like this. We are going to do 5 rounds. 5 rounds of me holding up items and asking you all, what does it weigh? The first 4 rounds are open to everyone. Everybody in the chat is welcome to play along in the first 4 rounds. In order for you to play, you're going to put your guess in the chat with an exclamation point followed by how much you think that item weighs in either ounces, which is our first scale that we're using here, or pounds, which is the other scale that we'll be using a little bit later. Today's edition is a special edition of What Does It Weigh, as it is the creator call-out edition of What Does It Weigh. I am going to be holding up some creators of whom I am a fan, and I'm going to be saying, hey, what the heck? Why haven't you appeared on What Does It Weigh yet? It's like super important that you do. So I'm going to get everything set up, but first off and first most, let's go ahead and introduce the items that you are going to be guessing here today. The first call out I'm doing belongs to Gunner TV from Gunner TV Live here on Twitch and also the uploads on YouTube. Gunner is a fellow frat bro, and I want to compete for fraternity dominance. So I've decided the first item that we're going to weigh is the jersey that I wore in my fraternity, Lambda Chi Alpha, with my nickname on the back of Roadkill. On top of that, you will also be guessing the weight of my Elements shot glass spinneroonie roulette table machine. So it's going to be the roulette table machine as well as the fraternity jersey with the picture of Gunner, who I'm calling out, placed right on top. So now is the chance. Setup is feeling extra hostagey tonight. Thank you, Shed. I appreciate you to no end. I'll admit, I really feel like of all the things I wish we could move past as a chat, my basement is a hostage situation thing is number one. It's a good basement. We're just doing work on it. Anyways, get your answers in the chat right now. Exclamation point followed by how much you think these items weigh in ounces. Exclamation point 1, exclamation point 2. However many ounces you think it weighs. And also feel free to ask any questions. All right, there we go. We got answers coming in. I've got my phone here so I can gauge them. It's looking like we've got Willow Wisp in with 6, Larry Hoppo at 1, AK-47 at 10, Curious Orange at 5. What item is it? I just got back in. Larry Hoppo, it's a picture of Gunner TV, who I'm calling out. Everybody's going to have a call out for each individual item here today. My fraternity jersey that says Roadkill on the back of it. And then also it's going to be a roulette table. I need to change the item thing on screen. It's also going to be the roulette spinner thing that we've got going on. So let me go ahead and update that. Also, don't forget, Willow, you can use a converter, too. You are welcome to use a converter. Yes, Link Dorm, there is stuff inside the box. It is, this, what you're seeing on the outside, it is plastic. Plastic outside with a metal inside, as well as the glass shot glasses. All that is out there, or all of that is inside of the box. I can go ahead and get it out and show it off to you. Just give me a second to get Scale Cam all set up here too. The game show is going to be much more... It is going to... What's the word I'm looking for here? It's going to flow really well after round number 1. Round number 1 is a lot of setup. Whoa! Round number 1 is a lot of setup. But then we're good to go after that. Ignore that Scale Cam is all over the place right now. There we go. There we go. Okay. Answers in the chat. What do we got going on here? We've got Link Dorm at 14 ounces, Xylo Girl at 13, Curious Orange's Brain at 5, AK-47 says 10, Larry Hoppo sticking with 1. Larry Hoppo, once again, these are ounces. It's going to be a bit more than that. I would consider changing it. They go up to 28 ounces, and Willow Wisp at 6. Okay, Mauve, I think we've got a decent start for our call-out edition of What Does It Weigh? So I feel like now is a good time to shut the floor down for submissions. Cutting into scale cam. Thank you. I appreciate it. You let me know, Night of the Moon, as I was not paying attention. You can. You can. Curious. You may. You need to send it. So Mauve, sorry about that, because I saw that question, and this is Curious's first time. Mauve, if we can reopen the floor for guesses so that we can allow Curious to change their guess. We're gonna allow it this time because this is the first time, first time player. So if we can reopen for submissions. Also, Mauve, I remember generally you like to be in the Discord while we're playing. I can add you back in. Or I can add you into that if it'll make this easier for us. I apologize for forgetting that. There we go. All right. So I should be good for Discord stuff. Also, did we not need to reopen the floor, or did we just change that manually? We're still waiting to allow Curious Oranges the ability to change their answer. To 25 ounces. And then after that, we'll be good to go and off to the races, and everything will be hip-hop and happening. There we go. Okay, Curious, now go ahead and re-enter your answer. Change it, but Curious, make sure you just do the number. So just do exclamation point 25 in order to change your answer. There we go. Let me pull up the screen, make sure that it's changed again, and then once I know that it's in there, we will shut it back down. It is. Okay, yes, re-shut it down. Now let's get our results. Now let's get our answer to item number 1, the roulette wheel, as well as my jersey, my fraternity jersey, celebrating my nickname of Roadkill. All right, submissions are closed yet again. Let's get the items on the scale. All right, whoopsie daisy. Looks like this is going to use the pound scale instead. I do apologize. All right. Shoot, I've messed everything up right away. Mauve, can we just start from the beginning again and get everybody to get their answers in one more time? Switching to the pound scale? Yeah, just start a new game. That'll work. That'll be fine. That'll be good. Apologies for the delay, folks. Okay, new game. Everybody, please resubmit your answers. Resubmit your guesses. Larry, Xylo Girl, Curious. Everybody go ahead and just resubmit yourselves into it. Exclamation point followed by Link Dorm. Everybody who submitted an answer previously. Exclamation point followed by the correct answer. Yes, we're due, but now submit your guess in pounds. You're going to guess how much these items weigh in pounds. I apologize. I forgot to test this item earlier, and it turns out that this is a pound scale one that we're going to need, not the ounces scale. So I do apologize for the confusion. After this, we will be going back to ounces for at least 2 items. Apologies for that, folks. It's been a minute since we've had that happen to me. It's been a long minute since I've made that mistake. But also people who may have come in the middle of that, now you're getting a chance to see how things are operating, and you're getting a second chance at life to get your answers in pounds. In pounds. All right. It seems like everybody got their answers in. It seems as though everybody has come back around. Let's go ahead and shut the floor down for submissions one more time, please. This time, for real. All right, 10 seconds left. Submissions are... somehow I completely missed the roulette wheel part of it, so this was way off with 6 ounces. Well, Willow, you got a second chance. Everybody's getting a second break. The roulette wheel is on the scale. My fraternity jersey's on the scale. And just in case it makes any amount of difference, the picture of Gunner is on the scale. That is coming in at 4 pounds exactly. We're going to call that 4 pounds exactly. So for scoring, a perfect answer is worth 10, which we did have at least one perfect answer in that last game. Will-O-Wisp gets a perfect 10. And then for every pound you were off, up to 10 pounds, you get the difference subtracted from your score. So for instance, Xylo Girl was off by 1 pound, so they got 1 point subtracted from perfect score. They get 9, so on and so forth as things move downwards. All right. Okay. A rocky start with round number 1. A rocky start with round number 1. But we're up, we're moving and grooving, and we're getting started with round number 2. Shoot. There we go. All right. Round number 2 is, I had to print out this very specific YouTube thumbnail. I will be calling out Kofi for round number 2. Kofi is a sports YouTube commentator that I follow frequently, usually for their basketball opinions. But I want to call Kofi out because, and I had to print this out so I get really close, that Pacers jacket, as a certified Pacers fan, I want that jacket. I want to play them in a round. Kofi, win/if you see this when I do the social media blitz, you versus me, whatever sports game you pick, I'm playing you for that jacket. If you win, you can have any of my many Pacers hats. I have like 10 Pacers hats. That's too many Pacers hats. I don't need that many Pacers hats. And the items that you'll be weighing that are associated are going to be my childhood Green Bay Packers football helmet, as well as a football. Let me be very clear here, by the way. A barely inflated. I mean, this thing is, you can really, there's air in there, sure, but you can really morph this sucker around. This one's going to be back in ounces, Xylo Girl, back in ounces, but it is a football, as well as a plastic. Let me stress, plastic. This thing will bust if I hit it against anything too hard. This is not NFL grade material. This is a plastic Green Bay Packers helmet. So a half inflated football and a plastic Green Bay Packers football helmet. The max for the ounces scale, Willow, is 40. The max for the ounces scale is 40. Let me get these out of the way. Ounces scale, back center. Get your guesses in the chat right now. Exclamation point, followed by how much you think it weighs in ounces. Once again, the max for the ounces scale is 40 ounces. All right, the score and everything looks good. So, wanted to make sure that was set up all right. We've got plastic helmet and ball from 2014 AFC Championship game. I wish. I know you're making a joke there, Night of the Moon. I wish I could tell you what year it is from, though. Because I've had this thing since I was a kid. It doesn't say. But, I mean, I've had this thing since I was in middle school, so at least back to 2007. I would guess that this is from 2007, the year just before the Packers won the Super Bowl. The last Packers team that was even a threat to win the Super Bowl, for being honest. I know they made a couple more championship appearances, but they weren't that great. All right, we've given people time. We've given people plenty to guess about and think about and talk about. The picture of the person that I'm calling out, Kofi, as well as the football, the helmet. Let's get a countdown in the chat. 10 seconds left for submissions, please. 10 seconds left for submissions. And people seem to be guessing on the higher end of the ounces scale here. 30 ounces, 20 ounces, 17, 18, 9.4, 23, 26, 12. A lot of guesses. Everybody's in. We'll go ahead and lay the picture on first. The football in the helmet, on the scale. And heavy seems to be the right way to do it. That is 29.5 ounces. 29.5 ounces. We had a couple of real close to perfect guesses there. Real close, as it looks as though Larry Hoppo with 9.2 points. Oh, wow. Actually, it was just Larry Hoppo. A great round for Larry Hoppo, as that definitely puts them in first place off of that one. All right. Thus brings round number 2 to a close. And we move on to round number 3. Now, folks, round number 3 is a recall out. It's a person I called out last time we did this. It will still be announces, by the way. It's a person I called out last time we did this. But I'm recalling them out because I literally, when we did this last time, I put them on my trash. And I said, if you don't come on What Does It Weigh or MisterGamerMan's Game Show with Games, you're trash. And apparently that wasn't good enough. So I have decided to up the insult by doing both the Christmas-themed edition and standard edition of my collector's edition WWE boxes of Bootios, the short-lived cereal from the New Day. So you will be guessing 2 boxes of Bootios. And all I have to say is to Danny Gonzalez, if being called trash wasn't enough, then how about you consider the fact that now you're being called Booty? That's right. I'm going there. I'm calling somebody Booty. So, once again, all this is just chasing clout. We're trying to get people to appear on the hit game show, What Does It Weigh, or any of the Mr. Gamerman Game Show with Games classics. Get your guesses in the chat right now. Exclamation point followed by how much you think it weighs in ounces. Once again, folks, rounds 1 through 4, everybody gets to play. Round number 5 is between our top 3 scores, which right now is Larry Hoppo, Will-O-Wisp, and Xylo Girl. If you just came in, though, if you're joining us mid-game show, do not worry. There is still time and potential for you to win. Get in right now. 2 more rounds left. The high score is at 17.7 points, but then second and third place, 1 good guess is all you need to be able to bump yourself into potential with the finals. Did we have any? Yes, it is cereal. Yes, Willow, it is cereal. It's 2 boxes of Bootios cereal. And also, I'll see if I can hold this up to the camera here. They both have marshmallows in them, but their best by date was August of 2017. Is that? Yeah, August of 2017. I don't think that's gonna work out for me. But yeah, these things might be nuclear, to be honest. These things might be like illegal in countries because you got expired marshmallows in there that might be radiating who knows what with whatever chemicals that they were sprayed with to make sure they stay fresh. I mean, these things are 7 years expired, but gosh dang it, these things are going to age into money. They're going to be collector's items eventually. I'm going to sell them to whoever wants to proudly boast that they own 2 boxes of Bootios. I'm going to make a sweet, sweet profit off of it. All right, I feel as though we have most answers/guesses in. Jake Paulson, welcome in. How you doing, bud? Good to see you. I hope you're having a great day today, Jake. Let's go ahead and shut the floor down for... Oop, hold on a second. I made a mistake. You're good, Mauve. You're good to still shut the floor down. But 2 boxes of Bootios. There we go. All right. Yes, floor shut down for submissions. There's a YouTube channel that eats rare snacks that are usually expired, can sell to them at worst. There we go. There's a chance for money. All right, did the floor still close? It did, yes. All right, the boxes go on the scale. 1 box of Bootios, and then the Danny Gonzalez box of Bootios, because until he comes on Mr. Gamerman's Game Show with Games, he is Booty. That is coming up to, wow, heavier than I would have thought. That is 30.9 ounces. 30.9 ounces. Did we have anybody even close to that? We did. We did have some people who were going to be getting some good points off that. As a matter of fact, Xylo Girl gets a good boost. They bump up into second place off of their guest. Jake Paulson gets 6.7 points. Will-O-Wisp gets 3.1. Link Dorm with 2.1. And Curious Orange still manages to get 1.1 off of that. All right. So that concludes round number 3. There we go. That concludes round number 3. We move on now to round number 4. This is the last one before the finals. So, folks, you're not out of it yet, but good scores are going to be needed if you want to make it. Larry Hoppo maintains first place with 17.7 points. Zyla Girl in second with 16.1. Will-O-Wisp in third with 13.6. That is our finals as of right now. However, everybody who has points on the board, one good guess could change your luck and move you into the finals. For round number 4, we will be switching back to the pound scale. We're going back to the pound scale, and round number 4 is going to be another instrument of the musical variety. We're doing my Thunderbird bass guitar. I would play it, but it will not sound very good, as it is certainly out of tune. And I decided to call out a creator who is very musically inclined. Not that music isn't their specialty per se, but musically inclined, and also somebody who we've rated before. We have brought the channel over to them once before, and that is... That's my ceiling. No, that would be Gabby Bell. We've rated their Twitch channel once before, and, you know, this call-out I think is justified because I don't make the internet rules. I just abide by them, and I rated them, and so therefore, due to internet rules, they now owe me a raid back. It's just the way it has to work. It's just the way that the internet works. I don't know what else to tell you, okay? I did you a favor. I brought 10 people, I think, to your 100-viewer large stream. And so now you got to do that to me. It's just the way it works. So anyways, the electric bass guitar, I believe it's a Thunderbird is what the model is called. It's got this super sweet bird-looking thing on it. And that's totally the only reason why I bought it. So, how much do you think the bass guitar weighs in pounds? Exclamation point, and the amount you think it weighs in pounds in the chat. I will go ahead and, because you deserve to be able to see it in its entirety, so as I stand back here, I will make sure that we have it. Can I? It was kind of risky. This could go poorly. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to... Whoa, no, I did another dumb thing. Oh, no, this is a very expensive base. Okay. I mean, I've had it for years. I've gotten the value out of it, but still, I don't want to break it. Exclamation point followed by how much you believe this item weighs in pounds. Will-O-Wisp coming in with 9. Zyla Girl says 6. Larry Hoppo says 10. Link Dormant 9. Larry Hoppo changes ever so slightly to 10.4 pounds. And then on the bigger side of things, Curious Orange goes to 26.9, or yeah, 25.9 pounds. They think that this is a hefty boy. Let's see here. Jake Pawson, want to make sure you still get your answer in, because Jake, you do still stand a chance to make it to the finals. And then I believe that's everybody. Did Zyla Girl get in? Yes, Zyla Girl did, right? No. Oh, yes, we did get Zyla Girl in. All right, we got pretty much everybody who's confirmed in and playing with answers in the chat now. So let's go ahead and shut the floor down for submissions. Give them the 10-second countdown for our submissions here. Also, I'm just now noticing that everything is maybe a little bit too dark, so I'll make sure to brighten some things up before the very last round. Because the last round, we're going to want as much light as possible. All right, submissions are closed. Let's get to our finals. The base goes... Hold on a second. There we go. The base goes on the scale. That weight is coming in at 9.1 pounds. 9.1 pounds for the bass guitar. And that is a near perfect score for both Will-O-Wisp and Link Dorm, but it is not enough, just barely. Zyla Girl earns enough points to stay in third place. Link Dorm just misses out on third by 3 points. Larry Hoppo, Will-O-Wisp, and Zyla Girl will be moving on to the finals. Will-O-Wisp is looking to make it a trifecta. Willow wants to win all 3 of the games that we do here today. That's what Willow's coming out here for. And so, before I present the final item that we will be guessing for What Does It Weigh, let's get our order set for our 3 finalists. Larry Hoppo, you finished in first. You get the honor of picking whether or not you want to guess first, second, or third. First, second, or third for submitting your guess, Larry Hoppo. The cereal screwed me. It happens. Picked my base up to help me guess, and it worked. There we go. People using their environment around them. There we go. A little bit brighter, a little bit brighter. Larry Hoppo wants to go third. So, Willow Wisp in second. Do you want to be guessing first or second? Keep in mind that guessing third is typically an advantage, but I would not say that guessing third is a guaranteed win here. We've had many a time where people have guessed outside of last place and still managed to get the win. Willow Wisp is going first. And so then, by default, Xylo Girl, you will be guessing third. So, let's go ahead and reveal the last item for What Does It Weigh and the last creator that is being called out here. And Larry Hoppo has already beat me to the punch. Yes, folks, you're going to be guessing the weight of my newest acquired electronic device, though the device itself is not new. Here, I'm sorry, I got to put this down. The device itself is not new, but you're going to be guessing a Jack in the Box, or a Jack box, because this is JJJacksfilms, aka Jack. This is JJJacksfilms on my Xbox that I just recently purchased. This is an original Xbox model, like the original Xbox, the first Xbox, the first X that ever boxed. You're going to be guessing the weight of that. And then on top of it, you will be guessing the weight of its controller and the weight of the component cables. All of it. It will be all combined in the box on the scale. So the box, the cables, the controller, and the Xbox with JJJacksfilms' face taped to the top of it. I'm doing this very specifically so I can potentially get featured in his creator feature bingo thing that he does on Twitch. So, allow me to place the box, the Jack box, back into the box. And it looks as though the first guess has already been submitted at 5.99 pounds. Now, wait, hold on a second. Wasn't Xylo Girl supposed to be guessing? No, Xylo Girl's guessing second. Willow Wisp was correct for guessing first. Willow Wisp said 5.99 pounds. Xylo Girl, the only rule for round number 5, which, by the way, folks, whoever is closest wins. That's the rule we go with here. Whoever is closest wins. Xylo Girl, the only rule for you is that you must be 0.5 pounds different than a previous answer. So you cannot do 5.49, and you cannot do 6.49. Anything outside of that realm is fair game. So Xylo Girl, when you are ready, get your answer in the chat. Exclamation point followed by how much you think the Xbox, controller, and cables, along with a piece of paper featuring JJJacksfilms' face on it, weighs in pounds. There we go. The guess is in, and they're coming in at a 6.5 pound guess. So, Larry Hoppo, you're up. Final guess. Up to you. You finished in first in regular play. You're guessing last here in the finals. Closest guess wins the creator call-out edition of What Does It Weigh? And thank you to everybody who played along. I appreciate it. Larry Hoppo says 7 pounds. All right, so essentially here's how it's working. Xylo Girl got sandwiched. Willow Wisp is looking for anything at 5.9 pounds or below. Xylo Girl has a little bit of room to work, but very minimal room to work. We've seen it before. A person has gotten sandwiched and still managed to win, but it's very rare. And then, on top of it, Larry Hoppo wants anything 7 pounds or above. The Xbox. I'm sorry, the Jackbox is going on the scale, bringing us to a final total of 10.2 pounds and a very clear winner in Larry Hoppo. Larry Hoppo, congratulations on winning this edition of What Does It Weigh? And congrats to everybody for playing along and having a good time, hopefully. I greatly appreciate it. That does it for this edition of Mr. Gamerman's Game Show with Games. But I appreciate everybody for being here and hanging out and playing.